was my background. I'm a community activist. I fight to change the way politics are done in the country. I fight to get the pastors in the church to come out of their four walls so that they can come on the highways and byways and save people's souls who needs to be saved. I also am part of a redevelopment plan to build up Grandstand community to make it a vibrant community like it once was back in the early 1940s and 50s. The place that was once the city of the Bahamas, and I'm talking about Grandstand, first city in the Bahamas, Grandstand. I fight for the rights of those who don't have a voice and cannot speak. With that said and done, this is a little video that we're going to be producing time to time. These are what the political guys are supposed to be doing, but we are not waiting on those guys no more because we have the power to make it happen ourselves. We just got to stop being lazy and let's try. And once we try, God will bless us with everything that else we need to make it happen. So now, we're here Thursday, April 7, 2016, and earlier on the video we were talking about the Minister of Environment, Ken Dorsett, on the state of the Grandstand community and Beantown community, which is very terrible. Terrible. Trash area, cars area, derelict vehicles all over the country. And this leads to representation. We have the Honorable Minister of Parliament and the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Bernard Nordich, Honorable Bernard Nordich, the Minister for National Security and also the Minister for the Bain and Grandstand community. Mr. Nordich is a very decent man. I think he cares, but I think he's overwhelmed by the work that is needed to better the country. And I think that he has just accepted it as it is, and he can't do no more. So it's left up to me and you, as citizens of this country, to go there and make a difference in our community. I've made a lot of difference in my community and my country, and now I'm going to even make a better difference. We have been in the Tribune Tuesday, April 7, and I'd like to say thanks to my good friend Hugo for taking the time out to give us this free video session, which is very expensive, but he is one he's giving back to his country. He wants to fix the problem. He wants to help, any way means necessary. It has nothing to do with money. He's just dedicated and wants to see the change. He wants to see the murder rate come down. He wants to see the homes once again light up and paint up like how when Christmas time come around in November, every house in Grandstand or Baintown was light up with Christmas lights, streets were clean. He wants that to come back again. So this is his 2 cents of giving back. And by us working together to form a new government, but a community government, not one in Parliament, but a community government deals with everyday life, to expose vacant lots, to expose houses, to expose young kids who are not going to school, to expose the politician, to expose anything that is contrary, that is affecting the way of life for the average Bahamian person. So we have here a new candidate from the Free National Movement, was yesterday announced, Leonard Sands, and he's the candidate for Bains and Grandstand. Now, here's the problem. This is the problem. This is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with people who have no connection to these communities to actually be considered a candidate. And here's why I'm going to say that. He has his profession. Well educated, but he has his profession. Mr. Sands will be formally introduced at a constituency association meeting tonight at Stephen Dillard Primary School. Mr. Sands has an associate's degree in architecture from the College of the Bahamas and a bachelor's degree in construction engineering technology from Florida Agriculture and Medical University. He's also as a managing director of Sand and Bank Construction. Mr. Sands also served as vice president of public relations on the board of the Bahamas Contractors Association. He also serves as, as a professor in the School of Mathematics, Physics, and Technology at the College of the Bahamas. The party announced Mr. Sands as a member last September. Now, Mr. Sands was introduced as the member of the Bain and Grandstand. I am a community leader who is actively involved in all kinds of programs, working with the Rotary Club of East Nassau, working with Bahamas Race, working with Salem Union Baptist Church, working with Eastwood Gospel Baptist Church, okay? Working with Kiwanis Club, you know, working with numerous organizations in this country. And yet still I've never met this man. Never met this man, who was, according to the newspaper, was introduced last September. Now, in more September again. So how is he going to be effective minister? How? How is he going to make change? How is he going to be able to rid the streets of Nassau and Grandstand, the constituency he's running for, of the elect cars, right? The rundown houses, the kids who don't have lunch going to school, the persons like who are off, those who have to dispute against one another in a corner, in one corner. How is Mr. Sands going to be an effective leader when he has no qualifications for these particular incidents? He's highly trained as director of Sandbank Construction, highly trained as an associate degree in architecture from the College of the Bahamas. He's also a Bahamian Contractors Association vice president of public relations, but he's not trained in community development. The problem I have with the PLP and the Free National Movement and the DNA is that these candidates who are putting forth are not qualified for the job. You're going to put these people in charge to run a community that is hostile, that you don't have no understanding with, just to say you're going to be a representative or a minister for this particular area. And that's the biggest problem we face in this country. We want candidates who we actively see on the streets in Nassau, no problems. And why I'm saying that is that I've been doing a basketball program for over 20 years. And the only time the ministers come on this park is when I invite them. All right? They have not assisted me in this basketball program, probably once or twice after it became public, and after they keep on putting pressure on them, after it being such a success, then they wanted to be a part of it. So how is it Mr. Sands going to be able to help us, or the Free National Movement? You know, that's the sad thing about it. We're just getting people put in this position as a candidate when he has no understanding about the community, has no understanding of what the people need, what the people want, what the people are doing to better themselves. And I can personally say that because I work on the ground. Alright? So, to the Free National Movement, Grandstand doesn't have an MP. Probably Baytown has an MP. But Lewis Street, Taylor Street, and Hay Street, you don't have a minister. In fact, I consider myself the minister. And my team of people like Hugo, Miss Alexander Melis, the Rotary Club of East Nassau, Bahamas Race, Pastor Hitter Road, and all those persons you see I'm connected with, they are part of our community government what we're doing now to make our community better. And they're working with me to make our community and our country a better place. Okay, so we have our community government. So I just like to say this to the general public. You cannot just sit around and let these parties just throw candidates at us who we're not going to see in the next 5 years, even if we were to elect them. As bad as the PLP is doing right now when it comes to governance, okay? We still is not going to see the MP, if he is elected, for the next 5 years. And in that 5 years, while we are waiting for something to happen, we're going to have close to 550 people killed in this country. Okay? We're going to have about 2,000 to 3,000 young men in and out of jail. Okay? We're going to have hundreds of babies born who are going to be the next problem for us in the future. Okay? So, I just like to say, we don't have a representative in the Grandstand area. We the people are the representative of our community. And I'm encouraging other communities to do the same thing. We need it, yes, there's always going to be a PLP or FNM government or a DNA government. But we need a people's government that holds their feet to the fire. And to do that, you have to develop yourself. You have to develop your community. You have to just don't sit around and wait for something to drop from the sky. The Father tells you, say, if you take one step, He'll ride the other steps for you. And I'm telling you from personal experience that I've taken a step. Now I have a board of people who are not interested in money, but are interested in the cause of me stepping out. Now they support me so that they can support my community and support this country, to bring down poverty, to bring down crime, to bring down what you call a trash-infested community. So I just like to say to all the listeners, thank you for listening. And then you'll be seeing the next video coming very shortly, a view ago, every month on the state of our country. So this is SCROOGE, Valentino, Ron, SCROOGE signing out. See ya next time.